come and join me, please? I think just before, I just like, can I say, God be with you.
And also with you.
And it's my great pleasure to invite my friend and elder, Auntie Norma Ingram, to welcome us to country. Thank you,
Norma. What a beautiful day.
Isn't it? Best
What a
day.
pity it wasn't as beautiful as this last Saturday when we were supposed to go up Redfern Street and all the stalls.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
We were going to sing.
For those who don't know me, I know there are quite a few friends here today, and thank you for that. I'm Norma Ingram. I'm actually a Wiradjuri, the Lachlan River freshwater carer. I was born and raised on the Aboriginal Reserve there, the youngest of 11 children under what was known as the Aboriginal Welfare Act. But my mother came down to Sydney when I was quite young. And so I've lived in this community most of my life. Just want to acknowledge we're on the traditional land of the Gadigal people of what we acknowledge as the Eora Nation. So the Gadigal's one of 29 small clan groups, and they go from Circular Quay right out this way, Newtown, this end of Newtown, Surrey Hills, all of this inner city is Gadigal country. And the Gadigal, the Wiradjuri, all about 200 Aboriginal nations right across the country have nurtured this land for over 65,000 years. And
Wow.
we'll still continue to nurture, to look after, make sure that we're doing the right thing by Mother Earth, by our traditional lands. Now, if we are 3% of the Australian population at the moment, that means that there's 97% of other countries, other peoples, other nationalities who have come here. Since what I always talk about, the tall ships from England came in with the convicts. So since that time, there are people who've come from all over the world to make this country their own, to work, to play, to raise their children, to send their children to school. Now, because we're only 3% of the Australian population, we need to walk together, my friends. We need you, you need us. We need to walk together to make sure that we are continuing to tell our stories. We're a nation of storytellers, that we continue to tell our stories in our art, in our dances, in our songs. You've all seen them, you all know they're specifically Aboriginal and part of Aboriginal culture. We were forbidden to speak our language and to practice our culture, so as much as we do today, and my background is teaching, and so I love to continue telling the story and sharing this story with our friends. And that's all we need to do, my friends. We just need to listen to the stories of our people. We need to continue to acknowledge Mother Earth. And I talk about Mother Earth's children, which is the trees, the plants, the animals. My totem is the goanna, freshwater. Gadigal is saltwater, eastern sunrise people. And their totem is the big whale. It's called Orwell, the big whale that comes up and down. So all you need to do, my friends, is just to find out where you live, where you work, where you were born, where your children go to school, what is that Aboriginal land? Because every spot we walk across this land is Aboriginal land. So that's really all you need to do to start. And if the interest continues, that is absolutely fabulous. So you share that with your family, you share that with your friends, you share it with as many people as you can to say, I heard Auntie Norma, I heard the elders, I heard the Aboriginal people tell this story. This is a story I've heard. And so just continue to walk with us, continue to hold hands as we walk through this country. And that's what Aboriginal Welcome to Country is all about. It's providing you with safe passage as you walk along these lands. So we just don't go into somebody else's land, we have to ask permission. That's what it's all about. But it's to protect us. So many of us Aboriginal people, we are able to embrace Christianity, and we spoke about this last week. We're able to embrace Christianity as well as embracing our Aboriginal culture and merge those two together so that they make sense. You know, so many of us are still thinking in our heads in our Aboriginal languages. You know, I speak my language, Wiradjuri, but we're trying to kind of mesh those two together, and I think we do it very well. I want to acknowledge our elders, our Aboriginal elders. We are respectfully acknowledged as aunt or uncle, so Andrew, thank you, calls me auntie, Emma calls me auntie. But I also just want to acknowledge this park. It's a very special park. Not only did our Rabbitohs trade on there, oh, they don't do it anymore, my team. But we had Paul Keating just over here to the left with his wonderful, famous speech where he acknowledged what the governments did. It's not the individual people, my friends. It's the government, what they did to Aboriginal people. Yeah, he said we took the land, we took the children. Just go online and have a look at Paul Keating's speech. We started here to march down to, right down to Circular Quay in 1988 for the bicentenary. And we're all here to march down Cleveland Street down to the park for the referendum. It is a very special place right here, and so I just wanted to...
Hello, Jono.
I always say, look, we're on grass here.